Looks as if Darwin Nunez is on his way to Napoli. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to another video. Today's video is going to centre around this story that is developing right now with Liverpool's Darwin Nunez, the Uruguayan striker, who of course made a huge money move from Benfica to Liverpool a fair few years ago now. It's safe to say that the move hasn't quite panned out towards expectation. And hope that Liverpool fans and Liverpool Football Club themselves had really hoped it would. And now it seems that they've come to the end of the road with Nunez and that he is free to leave this summer transfer window. In recent days, reports have been flying out about this whole Nunez situation. Obviously, we've known about his previous links with Saudi Arabia and how maybe there could be other European clubs that are interested. But the one link that has seemingly stuck around is that of Antonio Conte's Napoli. The Serie A champions are seemingly advancing in negotiations with the Uruguayan and with Liverpool themselves over a move that could see Nunez swap Merseyside for Naples. We're going to be talking about this move. We're going to be talking about Napoli. We're going to be talking mainly about Darwin Nunez, though, in this situation and why it didn't quite pan out at Liverpool. But before we go any further discussing all of that and much more, I would like to remind you all to please like the video and also subscribe if you are new. Both things will always and forever be greatly appreciated. I encourage you all to get involved in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it about the potential of this transfer story and everything else that goes along with it. Otherwise, we're going to get on with the conversation ourselves. We're going to get on with talking about Darwin Nunez and a potential move to Napoli this summer. Look, this situation has obviously been developing for a long time. The writing has seemingly been on the wall for Darwin Nunez for a long time. Like I said before, we've obviously heard about all the rumours linking him with moves to Saudi Arabia. There then came the stories of how Nunez was a little bit uncertain with moving over there and following suit with many others that have obviously jumped ship to go there. And then, of course, some other European clubs were rumoured to be interested. The likes of Atletico Madrid, the likes of, obviously, Napoli. And it seems that the Italian club, the Serie A champions, are the ones that have stuck around. In recent days, the likes of Fabrizio Romano have confirmed that Nunez himself has seemingly given the green light for Napoli to continue negotiations with his people and obviously try and find a solution with Liverpool in terms of a transfer fee. And it does seem like a move is well and truly on the cards this summer and should be completed at any given moment. It does seem like Nunez's time at Liverpool has come to an end and that he will be moving on this summer, and it does seem like his very much likely destination will be Naples in Italy. Why hasn't it quite worked out then for Nunez? Well, let's face it, he arrived... Let's see if I get this properly right. I just want to go over the stats fully, because I've got 1 year in my head, but I actually don't... it all blurs into one. 2022, I was right. I should never have doubted myself. He arrived in 2022 for a fee that could have totaled up to 85 million. It was like something like 64 million in the initial fee, followed by add-ons, which probably would have totaled somewhere in the region of 85 million euros. And since then, he's gone on to make 143 appearances with Liverpool, scoring 40 goals and assisting 26 times. Not exactly the incredible, groundbreaking figures you'd expect from your, at the time, record signing in Liverpool colours. This past season alone, he scored 5 goals and assisted 3 times in the Premier League in 30 appearances. Again, not outstanding by any stretch of the imagination. Yes, a lot of those appearances were substitute appearances, so, you know, bit of play there, a bit of play there. But the one telling fact is that he actually picked up 8 yellow cards, 3 more yellow cards than he had goals in the Premier League this season, and overall tallied up 47 appearances, 7 goals, 7 assists, and 9 yellow cards. Ultimately, it's just not good enough from a player, like I say, who cost a lot of money, had a lot of potential, had a lot of raw talent, and was expected to iron out those kind of creases in his game, evolve his game, get better in his game, and if anything, he somewhat declined over time. When he first arrived, there was a lot to be excited about with Nunez. Jamie Carragher nicknamed him Captain Chaos, and that seemed to win him over a lot with the Liverpool fan base, myself included, actually, because I constantly said, no, give this guy time, and he will eventually come good, because the signs were there that he was going to do that. He was missing a lot of gilt-edge opportunities, but he was scoring difficult chances, and he was getting into the right positions time and time again. And then for most of his second season, again, I was defending him a lot. I was saying that, no, he's still going to come good. You can see his overall game is improving. You can see his work rate's improving. You can see his overall game in terms of bringing others into play, his overall ability on the ball, his overall intelligence, knowing where to make runs, knowing how to make runs, and knowing how to play in others, whether it's on or off the ball, was developing and getting better. But still, his composure and concentration in front of goal was letting him down. And then towards the end of that season, that's when I started to lose my faith and confidence in him. That's when I started to believe that this was the best we were going to get from Darwin Nunez. He was not going to improve any further. He was not going to get any better. And this past season, I've been proven right. He hasn't gotten better. And every time that you think he has, and every time you think that this could be the turning point in Darwin Nunez's Liverpool career, that maybe he kicks on and maybe he, goes on to go on a bit of a consistent scoring run, he never does. He never does. The winner he got against Nottingham Forest was a point. The 2 goals he scored in that match-winning performances against Newcastle when Liverpool were down to 10 men, that was said to be a turning point that never transpired. The 2 goals he got against Brentford earlier on this season, and there are probably other games like that, but those are just the ones that I remember particularly off the top of my head that I look back on and go, they were the games that we were talking about. They were the games that we were saying, this could be the turning point in Nunez's career, and maybe he's going to go on and become the incredible striker that we all believed he could be when he first signed at Liverpool. It just never has materialised, unfortunately. And I think the pressure got to him of playing for a bigger club, with all due respect to Benfica, of course. But Nunez was banging in goals for fun, whether it be at a Portuguese domestic level or whether it be on the European stage of the Champions League. I feel like the pressure just got to Nunez completely. I feel like maybe sometimes his cockiness and like his sort of ego at times maybe got into it a little bit as well. And maybe you could also point at the fact that maybe the pressure from not just the media but also from Liverpool fans may have also got to him as well. There were times where Liverpool fans did take the kind of criticism over the top and cross the line into abuse. I called that out when it happened. I said it was wrong to do so, and of course it's wrong in all forms of society and life. Totally wrong in doing so. But you can kind of tell that the criticism mixed in with the abuse and all of that kind of stuff was just probably weighing on his shoulders a little bit, which is probably why this move, whether it is going to be to Napoli or some other club, is probably going to be best for all parties involved. Liverpool are said to be looking at somewhere in the region of 50 million euros, so they get a big chunk of the original transfer fee for Nunez back for him, which would suit Liverpool down to the ground. They get a player off their books, they get a big chunk of their money back, and they're happy. Napoli are happy that they get the player that they want, and seemingly Antonio Conte's signed off on wanting Darwin Nunez. Napoli also need a backup striker to Romelu Lukaku, of course, and they get that. That can also provide competition for the Belgian international. So they're going to be happy with getting a player that they want. And Nunez, I'm sure, will be happy as well that he gets to leave Liverpool. Maybe not so much happy that it didn't quite pan out for him in his career, but more so in the fact that maybe he can have a fresh start, a clean slate at a different club, and maybe, you know, different background, new horizon, different league as well. Let's not forget that different leagues can sometimes favour different players. Maybe it will favour him in the long run, and maybe he'll have a successful season and a successful maybe career in Italy, as an example. I mean, let's face it, he is joining the Serie A champions. He is joining a Napoli side that are currently sky high, riding on, of course, that Scudetto victory that was fronted by the likes of certain Premier League rejects like Romelu Lukaku, like Scott McTominay. You can maybe even add Philip Billing and Billy Gilmore to that list as well. So Napoli have a tendency of taking these out of favour Premier League stars, shall we say, and morphing them into what is a brilliant side and a brilliant team and a brilliant club over there with the current Italian Serie A champions. So there's a lot to look forward to on this from Nunez's point of view. There's a different horizon, there's a different way of playing, a different league, a different background, a different lifestyle, a different everything from this. And of course, like I say, good for Liverpool that they get someone off the books. Good for Liverpool that they recoup a lot of money if, of course, they can strike a deal. Like I say, the reports are claiming out there that Liverpool are looking for somewhere in the region of 50 million euros, depending on obviously the structure of the deal and all of that stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see if a deal can be struck between both clubs. But it will suit everybody down to the ground, I'm sure. It is a shame that it never quite worked out with Nunez at Liverpool. Like I say, there were times where it did look like it might. There were times where it looked like Nunez had finally arrived to the party, but it just was never consistent enough. His consistency and especially his composure in front of goal let him down. Otherwise, I quite liked him as a player, but it got to a point where I couldn't defend him anymore. It got to a point where I couldn't defend the amount of gilt-edge opportunities he was missing game in, game out, and how every time an opportunity did present itself, whether it was to nail down a starting place in the team or whether it was an opportunity in front of goal, Nunez consistently messed up, unfortunately. So I feel like this is going to be a good move for everybody involved, a good move especially for Darwin Nunez. But let me know what you guys think. Of course, these are just the thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, of this guy. I want to know what you guys think. What do you make of this Darwin Nunez situation? Do you think Napoli is the best fit for him? Do you think somewhere else could do with having Nunez? And will you be sad to see Nunez leave if you are a Liverpool fan, of course? I know there are some Darwin Nunez fans out there that are sad to see him leave and would like to give him one last chance at Liverpool, but it doesn't seem like that is going to be happening this season. He's seemingly fallen out of favour with Arne Slot. So let me know your guys' thoughts, comments, and all of that good stuff down below in the comment section. Use and abuse that section, people talking to me on this Darwin Nunez situation. Look forward to reading all of those. Otherwise, hit the like button on the way if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you are new or want to see more content like this. Both things will always and forever be greatly appreciated. And as always, thank you all so much for watching and listening. And thank you all for your continued or brand new support to the channel. Whichever one it is absolutely greatly appreciated from me. Will never be taken for granted. You guys are absolutely awesome. And I cannot thank you enough. So, thank you very, very, very much. I've been Fletch, this has been another Fletch Talks video, and I'll see you all again soon in another video, or live stream, or whatever it may be. Cheers guys, thanks everyone for watching, take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll speak to you all again very, very soon.